AFC 9 main event of the evening, welterweight title on the line. Josh Collins out of AVT in the white cage shield trunks, taking on Colin Farricker out of Team Calbon in the black shorts. Jay, I know you really like the look of this one on paper.
Well, Dave, it's a guy I know well in Josh Collins. You know, he's 8-0 in the amateur ranks. In his last outing, he won 3 fights in one night, all by stoppage. Definitely one to watch, but Farricker, massively decorated Thai boxer, you know, and the guys at Calbon can't speak highly enough of his striking. So this one should be a great fight.
Could be in for a real stand-up treat here in the Liverpool Olympia.
Oh, big right hand there. It comes in from Josh Collins. A lot of people have told me that although he is a Thai boxer by trade, Farricker has the fastest hands in the gym at Calbon. You know, just one of the inside tales that you get to hear, and this could be a great matchup if these two decide to just slug it out on the feet. But equally, it's an MMA fight and anything can happen. Farricker looks in great shape, does a good job of turning his back off the fence there.
Yeah, perhaps looked the stronger man in the clinch there. Both fighters separate. Farricker looking for that uppercut.
Farricker's MMA resume, 2-1. You know, he's lots of Thai fights to his credit. He lost one fight by submission early on in his amateur career, and he's since won a couple. Definitely a dangerous fight for anybody, and I know Chris Zorba here at AFC struggles to match him up sometimes due to his Thai boxing pedigree. Lands some great punches coming forward there on Collins.
Yeah, Farricker certainly getting the better of these early exchanges for me. Some excellent low kicks landed. And Jay, Collins won't want to stay in this clinch position too long with a Muay Thai expert.
No, not against the guy who's as well versed in the Thai clinch as that. Looks for a leg. That's what he needs to do. Farricker showing some great balance there, managing to stay on his feet.
I know you mentioned Collins's boxing pedigree in the gym, Jay. What's his grappling like?
He's come, oh, a big slam there from Collins, and his submissions have really come on. He was, you know, won quite a lot of fights as an amateur boxer, but he's worked diligently day in, day out with Danny Mitchell on his submission game, and he's added a lot to his repertoire. Quite a few submission victories in MMA, so you know he's not a one-trick pony anymore. Although I'm sure the same rings true for Farricker, who was once just a striker, but no doubt now has lots of other assets to his game. Farricker does a good job of working his way back up there. Collins works to the back.
Does a good job of not giving up his back there, Farricker. As I say that, Josh Collins with a nice trip takedown, moves into half guard. I think Collins definitely fancies this game plan, Jay.
Yeah, certainly changed things up. As soon as Collins managed to get top position in the takedowns, you know, Farricker looks a lot less comfortable. Manages to work back to his feet as the bell goes. Interesting first round, Dave. I wouldn't like to be the one to make the call, obviously, with a slightly vested interest in this one. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Jay, it's extremely, extremely tight there. Colin Farricker impressed with some low kicks early on. Josh Collins securing the takedown at the end of the round. A real close round for the judges to call here. Farricker, I mean, you mentioned the fast hands, Jay. They do look lightning fast from this position. But Collins, he's had a lot of bouts in the amateur ranks, and perhaps that bit of added experience, he realized that he was probably getting the second best of that stand-up exchange and getting the second best of the clinch situations. So he took it down to the deck, and it's going to be very interesting now what Danny Mitchell's saying in the corner there. And are we going to see Josh Collins employing a takedown game for the rest of this fight? Because as you say, Farricker looked far less comfortable on the deck than he did stood up.
We'll find out. Round 2 begins. Those kicks, you know, the way Farricker whips his hips in, you know, you don't want one of them landing clean.
Yeah, there's just always such a difference you can see in the guys that have been schooled under sort of MMA striking, so to speak, than the guys that have come from a pure background, whether that's boxing or Muay Thai. Beautiful knee on the inside from Farricker on the break.
Nice exchange there, both guys throwing some shots. Farricker landing.
Does look a very thick welterweight, Farricker, Jay. Does look big at the weight.
He is a big guy for the weight. He looks very thick, as you say, all the way through. You know, he's really thick set. You know, big legs, big torso. Generates a lot of power. Looking to throw those straight hands, having some success. The knees to the legs there will take the toll in the long run if Colins can't disengage. Manages to take the centre. Colins on the offensive with the punches now. Oh, comes in for a takedown. Farricker times the knee really well. I'm not sure how it connected, but great timing. Colins looking to suck in the hips and drag Farricker to the mat.
I think fortunately for Colins, that was a glancing blow off the chest from my advantage point, because if that had been in the face, Jay, this certainly would have been all over. Colins now looking for the single, looking to run that pipe.
Yep. This will be a position that he's trained a lot in. Obviously, when you're fighting a striker with the credentials that Farricker has, you know, grabbing that takedown from any position possible and working on the cage is very important up to your game plan.
Excellent takedown defense shown from Colin Farricker. And there we see that hand speed again.
Nice kick to the head there, blocked by Colins, but taking them on the arms all day, it's not going to do much for your punching power. Lands a nice straight left there. Again, Farricker looks for the knee, but Colins grabs the takedown, and he's in top position. He's not got long left to work, but he's got the top. He's passed through to half guard. Farricker's stuffed up against the fence. Colins just using a bit of shoulder pressure just to keep Farricker pinned to the mat. Farricker staying up on that elbow, so if there's any space made, then he can pop up to his feet. And just as I say it, he goes for the stand-up. Manages to work all the way back to standing. Second round, again, close round, Dave. Farricker getting the better of the stand-up exchanges for probably what you call the majority of the round, and then Colins hits the takedown late on.
Yeah, for me, I've got Farricker edging that one. As you say, he was busier on the feet in the early period of the round. Colins, although he got the takedown, he didn't really do a lot with it at the end, and it would have had to have been some flurry, really, to turn it round, because Farricker is looking very, very comfortable on the feet. His timing seems to be getting better and better. His hand speed seems so fast that he's almost willing to lead with the right hand out the back of his stance and still land it almost like a jab. Great work from Farricker. And Colins, I'm a little surprised in that second round, Jay. I thought he would try and engage the floor work a bit earlier on. I think he stood up a bit too long for me in that second period. Perhaps Danny Mitchell's telling him, listen, you've got to get this fight to the floor. But, you know, who am I to say? Colins has got great boxing himself. We'll see what happens in this third period.
If I was in the corner for in between those rounds, I'd certainly be saying, you know, that the game plan is to take him down, and Colins is straight in there for the clinch. Farricker does a great job of disengaging, though.
I've got to say, Jay, what a high level is being shown here in this welterweight title fight. The amateur scene in the UK has really come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah, we've had some great amateurs on show all the way through the night tonight, Dave, and this one just tops it off. Two guys who wouldn't look out of place in the pro ranks with some of the skills on show. Nice knee lands there from Farricker in the clinch. Let's see how Colins chooses to play it. Searches for the takedown again. Guys are getting so well versed at defending the takedowns on the cage. It used to be a place, you know, that favoured the wrestlers. Now the anti-wrestling that guys are using on the cage has come on in leaps and bounds. If you look at how relaxed Farricker looks there, looking to stuff the head and stay on his feet.
Yeah, it seems such a simple maneuver, Jay, stuff in the head, but it's oh so effective in that position.
Collins really needs to get this takedown from this position. You know, time's running out with these 3-minute rounds in the amateur ranks. You don't have all that much time to work, so if you want to get it to the ground, you know, you need to do it and you need to work quickly. Collins in for the clinch again. Gets the hips this time. Gets the takedown. You see Farricker straight away stuffing the head and looking to scramble back to his feet.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Jay he's done a lot of work on this in the gym. Instantly looking to create that distance and scramble back to his feet. Josh Collins does well to stay in top position. But from the point of view of this bout, Jay perhaps needs a finish. Obviously, we don't know how the judges are scoring it.
Yeah, he certainly needs to do a lot. He's looking for a Darce choke, maybe. Yeah, gives up on the choke, maybe looking to go to the back. Farricker does well to get back to his feet and looks for a takedown of his own. The crowd buoying both the fighters here. They know there's not long left. Farricker flurries, looking to let some hands go before the fight ends. Collins really searching for that final takedown. Yeah, again shoots in for the leg. There's only 10 seconds left to have any chance. He's got to really drag that leg down. Gets the final takedown. Sucks Farricker's hips in. And man, this one's got to be close with the final 2 takedowns coming. Farricker's done a great job on the feet. 2 very talented guys and great skills on show in this welterweight title fight.
Yeah, fantastically matched bout in the welterweight division here at AFC 9. Either guy going to be a very worthy champion. For me, Jay, I think I've got Farricker edging it, but it's so difficult when you're not scoring a fight yourself, you're calling the action, you just can't tell what's going on. It's definitely going to be close, and whoever picks it up is going to be a worthy champion here.